Yeah, well, like I said, everything we do rallies around the production of energy on a cellular level, so those supplements are given accordingly. For example, once sugar goes through the Krebs cycle, it produces 3 molecules of something called NADH, nicotinic acid dehydrogenase. And then those 3 molecules of nicotinic acid dehydrogenase get shuttled down something called the electron transport chain. And the electron transport chain, the final production, is ATP, or energy. Well, that electron transport chain is completely dependent on coenzyme Q10. So our patients are getting very large amounts of coenzyme Q10 on a daily basis. Secondly, the thyroid gland. The thyroid gland, apart from the liver, is probably the second most vital organ that you have, for the reason being that the thyroid gland is specifically responsible for replicating mitochondrial DNA. What does that mean? Well, let's say right now in a cell you have 1,000 mitochondria. Well, when you start taking a natural thyroid glandular and Lugol's solution, which is potassium iodide because the thyroid's dependent on iodine, instead of having 1,000 mitochondria, now you have 2,000 mitochondria or 10,000 mitochondria in a cell because the thyroid replicates mitochondrial DNA, it reproduces it. So instead of having 1,000 mitochondria in a cell sucking up all these sugars to convert them to energy, you now have 2,000. So the efficiency with which sugars are broken down into energy when you're taking thyroid glandular is greater than it is if you weren't. So we have a large amount of a natural thyroid glandular with Lugol's solution, and naturally we have a lot of enzymes, added enzymes, stomach enzymes, pancreatic enzymes, intestinal enzymes. There's a lot of enzymes on this therapy. Why? Because the definition of metabolism is the breakdown of food into energy. So you want to facilitate that breakdown of food into energy. So enzymes are paramount on the Gerson therapy as well. So those are the things. And then the juices naturally. And then the potassium powder. One of the main reasons why you give the potassium powder is in today's diet, the diets are loaded with sodium. The patients that come into our clinic, their cells are so swelled up with water and sodium, with edema, that the mitochondria can't function properly in that cellular environment. So we notice that when we get these patients on that potassium compound powder that Gerson created, they literally will dump 7 to 10 pounds of water weight alone in their 2 to 3 week stay at our clinic. So that potassium compound powder is an absolutely vital supplement to healing the human body because it eliminates the sodium and water being stored up in the cells so that the cells can restructure themselves and the mitochondria can efficiently carry out their activities.